Hello everyone, welcome back to Anonymous World. Hope you all are doing well. So day 7 of Advent of Cyber 4 is out. So let's see what we have in day 7. Okay, so day 7 is Cyber Chef Maldocs roasting on an open fire. So in the previous task, we learned that Skiddy was indeed a victim of a spear phishing campaign that also contained a suspicious looking document on top division of labor load share plan and bird dog. Okay, so he accidentally opened the document and it's still unknown what this document did in the background. So he called his friend MacBlue to examine the malicious document and find the domains it redirects to. So it may contain a suspicious command to get executed when opened, an embedded malware as a dropper, or any sub C2 domains to connect to. So our learning objectives for today: what is CyberChef, what are its capabilities, how to leverage CyberChef to analyze a malicious doc, or how to deobfuscate, filter, and pass the data. So for today's task, we will need to deploy the machine attached to this task by pressing the green start machine button. Okay, so let's start our machine. Okay, now our machine is starting. So till then, let's go ahead. So CyberChef overview. So it is a web-based application which is used to slice, dice, encode, decode, parse, or analyze data or files. So an offline version of CyberChef is bookmarked in Firefox on the machine attached to this task. Okay, so we already have a offline version of CyberChef. So one image of CyberChef interface is given here. So let's go through it. So first one is input panel where the text or the file is given. Second one is the operations column. It contains various functions also known as recipes that is used to encode, decode, or parse the file, filter the data. So now that drag 3 is the recipe column where all the functions or recipes from panel 2 are dragged. So fourth one is output from the panel, which contains the output from the recipes. And the fifth one is bake. So as you when you will click on bake to run the function, it will run the functions added in the panel 3 in order wise. Also, you can select auto bake. So now using CyberChef for maldoc analysis. So let's utilize the functions, also known as recipes, from the left panel in CyberChef to analyze the malicious doc. Each step is explained below. Okay, so now we need to follow the given steps. So let's wait for our attack machine to get started. So our machine is started. So let's go ahead. So first one is add the file to CyberChef. So okay, first we need to open our Firefox, which already contains the offline version of CyberChef. Okay, so now either you can drag the file or you can input it from here. So click on open file as input and open your file. Okay. Okay, so now it looks better. Okay, so second is extract strings. So strings are ASCII and Unicode printable sequence of characters within a file. So here we are interested in the strings embedded in the file that could lead us to suspicious domains. So search for strings in the operation column and drag it to panel 3, which was recipe. Okay, so now you can see the output is changed. Okay, so now select all printable characters. So match, then select for all printable characters. Okay, so content temp.xml, something has changed. So if we examine the results, we can see some random strings of different lengths and obfuscated strings. So we can narrow down the search to show the strings with a larger length. So keep increasing the minimum length until you remove all the noise and are only left with meaningful strings as shown below. Okay, so we need to increase the minimum length. So it's 8 here in the image. Probably we need to set it to 250. Okay, so you can notice CMD is written here, but in between there are some brackets. Now let's go ahead. The third one is remove pattern. So attackers often add random characters to obfuscate the actual view. So if we examine, we can find some repeated characters. For example, underscore and within the square brackets. So we need to remove them. So for that, we can use regex expressions within find and replace command, find and replace operation. So drag find and replace, select regex. So here it's already selected, and then write your regex command. So within first square brackets, use backslash. Okay, then again backslash and close one square bracket followed by underscore backslash n, and again close the second square bracket. Okay, so what's happening here? Backslash is used to escape the characters, and hyphen n here, backslash n here represents the line feed as which is shown below, even in the image. So you can see PowerShell is written here, cmd cmd cmd. Okay, now we need to change it more. So it's evident that we are dealing with a PowerShell script. Okay, till now there is no doubt. Now fourth one is drop bytes. So to get access to base 64 string, we need to remove the extra bytes from the top. So let us use the drop byte function, and you need to keep increasing the number until the top bytes are removed. So search for drop, then I will drag drop and okay, the length is 124 shown in the image. So let's try that. Okay, moving forward, now decode base 64. So now we are only left with base 64 text. So select base 64 from operations, from base 64. Okay, so you can see something is written here, set variables, set item. So we can read some part of the output. Now moving forward, there is decode UTF-16. So base 64 decoded results clearly indicate the PowerShell script. Okay, we know that. So in general, the PowerShell script uses the Unicode UTF-16 LE encoding by default. So we will be using the decode text function to decode the result into UTF-16E. Okay, so we need to decode it into the PowerShell format. Okay, so search for decode text, drag and drop decode text at the bottom after base 64. Okay, then select for UTF-16 LE. Okay, so now it's pretty much visible more. Okay, now let's go ahead. So next one is find and remove common patterns. So again we need to use find and replace, I guess. So MacPlu observe various replaced repeated characters like inverted comma brackets plus double inverted commas within the output, which makes the result a bit messy. So we can use regex again in find replace function to remove this character. Okay, again we need to select the find and replace and then regex. Okay, then enter your regex. It's given here. There is also a room on TryHackMe, I guess, for this particular regex. You can check that out after watching this video. Okay, so it's done now. So set variable 8ih567. Okay, it's not completely readable. Now again find and replace. So if you examine the output, we will find you will find domains and some weird letters like b2h underscore before each domain reference. So a replace function is also found below that it seems to replace jb bracket open bracket close b2h underscore with http. Okay, let's see if we can find that particular example. Okay, I can see replace is written here. Okay, there is a website cdn bandit.th.thm, thm golden ticket, thm mystery flag. Okay, so b2h underscore is replaced with http. So you can see here it's written here b2hs google.com. Then again here b2h underscore s cdn bandit.th.thm. So what we can do is again use find and replace, and this time we can replace b2h underscore that particular to http. Okay, so give here your regex. So h underscore. Okay, so it needs to be replaced with http. Okay, so now we have uh, okay, there was square bracket. Okay, so it looks cool. So here is now https google.com. Now let's go ahead. Extract URLs. So the result clearly shows some domains which is what we expected to find. So what we will use is extract files function to extract the URLs from the user from the result as shown below. So you can use extract URL operation and then drag it to the recipe panel, and then the chef will automatically bake this. So there are some domains given cdn bandit.th.thm, mysterygift.txt, then again one is google.com, then secretcenter.thm golden ticket. Okay, so let's go ahead split URLs with at the rate. So the results shown that each domain is followed by a at character which can be removed using split function as shown below. Okay, so you can use split. Okay, drag split in the recipe column. Okay, so replace at the rate. Okay, now it looks better. Now another one is next one is defang URL. So now we have finally extracted the URLs from the malicious doc. Okay, so before passing these domains to SOC team for deep malware analysis, it is recommended to defang them to avoid accidental checks. Okay, so search for defang URL in the operations panel. Okay, now let's go ahead. So it's done now. So it's great work. Let's time to share the URLs in the malicious document with the malware analysts. So let's start with the questions. So what is the version of CyberChef found in the attached VM? Okay, in the URL I can see is 9.4, 9.0. How many recipes were used to extract URLs from the malicious doc? So last one is 11 defang URL. So I think it must be uh, 10, I guess, because first one was just to add the file. So we found a URL that was downloading a suspicious file. What is the name of that malware? So it looks like mystery gift. Let's see if it works. Mystery gifts dot exe. Okay, so that was correct answer. So now what is the last defang URL of the banditated domain found in the last step? So it's hxpps. Okay, thm files index. Control C, Control V. Okay. Now, what is the ticket found in one of the domains? Format, domain, then golden flag. Okay, so it must be the mystery flag. Let's see if this works. Great, it was the correct answer. So if you like the investigation today, you can check out the security information and event and management module. So that's it for today. I will see you guys tomorrow in day 8. Till then, keep learning.